Hey, how's it going? Get this in nice and early today. I just noticed as well that my handwriting is getting worse and worse as the weeks go on with this. So next week, a full week this week, so it's good, but bank holiday after it again. So we're straight back in on Monday with some barbell squats. So the same 312s on the back at the same weight across, and then into ascending weight on the front. It's nice, we get good quad pump and get the glutes going. Really good. I find this that the 12s on the back really helps to get everything well warmed up, and then it makes those front squats a little bit easier. Still tough as the weight goes up, still heavy, but it's nice. So if we can, what we'll do is we'll just jump up our starting weight, so add 2.5 to 5 kilos to the weight that we started with for the backs, and then the first front squat's going to be at that same weight, and then we can jump up from there. Well, on the fronts, we'd like to add weight every round if we can, even if it's just small jumps, but we definitely want to finish heavier than we did last time. Our Metcon then is a 12-minute AMRAP 5-bar muscle-ups, 10 D-ball lunges, and then 15 burpees. If we don't have bar muscle-ups, we'll see scaling progressions on the board. We'll see. The usual with this, it's like, it's chest to bars or pull-ups or something. I'll have a chat to the lads and see can we do something a little bit different. It's going to be tough because we'll need the rig for the squats, but I'd like to put in a couple of low bars and let's see can we actually get over, and we'll do something else as a little progression here. D-ball lunges, bear hug, we can go forward or backwards with this. We've been doing backwards with inner strength work, which we did yesterday, so it'll be no harm to go forward with the lunges, and then just normal burpees. Because of the squats today, so pre-workout mobility, we spend maybe 10 singles doing just some squat therapy, up against the wall, hands up, feet as close as we can, make sure the knees push out and the hips go back on the way down, and stay nice and tall with the abs on. So there's a difference between this isn't tall, it's just opening up, so here abs on and being tall, and then hands up, and we want to squat there, maybe 5 to 10 seconds on the way down, a couple of seconds at the bottom, control on the way back, step back out of it, and we'll repeat that then, maybe 10 singles, just to really get the squats warmed up, and then post we'll get the barbell, and we'll work out the quads, squats and lunges there today, so the quads are going to take a little bit of a beating. Tuesday we're gymnastics work to start off with. We're looking at our holds today, so I think this might be a 15-minute EMOM, and we've got 3 different holds. The first one, so we've seen that dip support position. Today we're going to look at the bottom of the dip, so we want to be nice and high, feet off the ground, and we're going to get in. Ideally we're not going to be shaking here. If that's the case, we can go with a partner, we can help, and we can just push the straps in. So you want to stand a little bit over to the side, push the straps in up, and just gives them a little bit of support. If that's not an option, we'll just go maybe one like foot, little ballerina toe at the back, and just to help take a little bit of body weight off it. We want to be nice and controlled at the bottom. Think about the elbows going back and not out, and think about the thumbs going into the armpits as close as we can here, and be nice and solid for 30 seconds. The second one then is we're going to jump up on the high rings. Ideally, we're going to go to the top of a pull-up. False grip or a semi-false grip, we're going to just pull or jump to the top, and we're going to hang out there as long as we can, ideally 30 seconds. And then the last one, parallettes or boxes or kettlebells, wherever we've seen those before, but that tucked position. We've seen with the L-sit where we go with straight legs, but here we want that the knees up and get that tucked position. Our Metcon then is a 2-mile run on Tuesday, and this will be a flat out max effort attempt at a 2-mile run. We've done this before. If you have, you probably have a time for it, so it'll be no harm if you have a little watch to split it up. And we'll go with miles, but we won't go from the gym, we'll go out and we do this, and we go out across them with time as we go around. It's a nice little workout, it's tough. If we push it, it's good, it's what we need to do. pre-mobility. We will do our floor-based routine, where we get down, we get spidey stretch, so we're getting our elbow down to the floor. Our Samson stretch, where we're half kneeling and we extend and we open up the hip flexors, and that pigeon stretch. Well, I would suggest you do all of that with a band. So we'll band it up, we'll get a little bit of distraction to the hip, and we'll spend a little bit more time in those positions before we get into all this today. Afterwards then we'll go with a partner prayer stretch. It's just really good for opening up the upper back, the pecs and shoulders as well, but we'll go through that in class or after class. Wednesday, more gymnastic stuff, so we're looking at an alternating EMOM, ring muscle ups on the first or odd minutes, and then a 30-second hollow hold on the even minutes. We will go through some ring muscle up progressions with this. Ideally we'll be up on the high rings, and we'll see can we get a little bit of momentum. We'll go through how that kip is initiated on the high rings, and we'll see can we work through that. Again, we need to look at straight arm pushing or straight arm pulling. With that one, 6 minute rest, and then we're into our Metcon. It is the buy in and a buy out of 20 burpee over bar, and then it's 3 rounds of heavy power cleans and double unders. Power cleans I think are 70 kilos for the guys and 40 for the girls. It's a lot. 60 reps at that weight is tough. I put a little asterisk here and here. I just want to jump down here for a second. On Thursday we have Roy as our benchmark workout. It is 5 rounds of 15 deadlifts, I think at 100 kilos. So between this deadlifts and the heavy power cleans, there's a lot of work in there, and there's a lot of work to our lower back. So what I would suggest is, if you're planning your week, and if you're not in one of the days, if you're not in Wednesday and you're in Thursday, or if you're not in Thursday and you're in Wednesday, just do the workout as prescribed, or if we need to scale the weight, that's not an issue, but let's do it that way. If we are in on Wednesday and Thursday, I think this one would be the priority. Let's go as heavy as we can on the power cleans, but on Thursday maybe change it to a light Roy, so lighter deadlifts, maybe even 60 kilo deadlifts, something that we can just move through and make sure that we're going to maintain control after 2 or 3 rounds, or we can turn it into a kettlebell swing Roy. So we'll get a normal kettlebell. It's just a little bit lighter. We'll still move, but just in the middle of the week there's that issue. So I want you to have a little look at that. On Wednesday then before class, if you're in early, get a lacrosse ball. Let's get in at the pecs and see can we find any gnarly bits, hang out there for 15-20 seconds, move on, and then we're going to spend like 2 minutes in a doorway stretch. Afterwards we'll pair up and we'll get PVCs and get in at the calves. It's one of our favourite ones. We love those. Thursday then, so all we have is benchmark workout. Roy, which is 5 rounds, 15 deadlifts, 20 box jumps and 25 pull-ups. So you've probably noticed already, we are going to reach up and pull down a lot this week. So we have our bar muscle ups here where we're going to try and get over. We have the top of a pull-up here. We have ring muscle ups here. We have pull-ups here, and then actually on Friday we'll have chin-ups as well. So Saturday will be the only day where we're not getting either up over a bar or rings, or we get our chin above something. It is a lot, which it's enough. I don't think it's a lot, but we can see how we get on. If you're having issues with your hands and stuff, just make sure that trim your calluses, put your moisturiser on, whatever you need to do to make sure that we can do this, or order your grips. This is good. We do this maybe once a year. It's a nice little, it's a grinder of a workout, especially if we're not in Wednesday and we're fine, we come in at RX. This 15 deadlifts will have an impact on our box jumps, and 25 is a high rep for pull-ups. So we will see a cap on this, and it's okay if we hit that cap. It's not a problem. We've done this before where it pushes out to like 35-40 minutes. So be prepared for that kind of endurance workout on Thursday. If we're in early beforehand, let's get a lacrosse ball in at the glute, see if we can get in sides right into. Just spend 10 minutes, maybe 5 on each side, moving around. Any gnarly bits, hang out, breathe through it, and see can you allow that muscle to relax. Afterwards, we're going to give the lats a little bit of love. Again, a lot of pulling, and we'll see how we get on with that. So maybe even just some banded lat distraction. On Friday, upper body push and pull. So we're going to continue with the single arm seated kettlebell press. It's nice. It really focuses attention through the shoulders. And it's healthy on the shoulders the way the kettlebell presses rather than always using the barbell. They're fine, it's good, but maybe a little bit healthier. And then again, we're going to go with our chin ups. So every 3 minutes for 4 rounds or something like this, up and down. Again, if we have those 6 chin ups, let's add weight to it and see can we move through this. They might be under a little bit of fatigue from here, so if we don't add more weight or reps to what we got last week, that's okay. But the circumstances have changed. Sometimes what we've done the day before or 2 days before is really going to have an impact on what we were able to do this week. And if you can match what you did before under more fatigue, then I think we're moving in the right direction as well. So it's not just what we do on the day, it's what we want to take the whole thing into consideration. Afterwards then we've got farmers carries and power snatches. So again, it's something grippy. We're looking to get outside. We can go down to the wall and back. 2 implements, equal weight, 1 in each hand. We can use the farmers carries handles. We can use the kettlebells. Ideal weight here, I didn't put anything down, will be body weight. Yeah, so half body weight in each hand, and we can move quite quickly with that. It's no harm to be able to carry your own body weight around. And then 20 power snatches, so 45 and 30, light enough. Still, we'll have to think about it. I don't think it's something that we should be doing unbroken here. We'll move through. I think it's 3-4 rounds. It'd be nice to get it. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit nicer than it's not too bad today. Pre-workout will come in and roll out or maybe get a little bit of work through that lumbar spine. Sorry, I don't really like using a foam roller on the full of our lumbar, and we tend to hang out in extension through here a lot. So actually going even in more extension with a foam roller, sometimes it can feel nice, but I don't think it's the best thing to do long term. What's better is if we get a lacrosse ball and just go in one side or the other. Yeah, so we'll get that figure 4 with the legs, and then maybe put the lacrosse ball on an ad mat or a green mat and just see if we can get into like QL and get in like any gnarly bits that are in there. But do one side and then do the other side and stay away from the spine rather than trying to flex through that lumbar spine. And then afterwards, let's get our forearms and give it a little bit of love. We can do this on our own, but if we get a PVC and we can roll out top and bottom of our forearms, it's a bit of a grippy week with seats. It's always a little bit grippy. Saturday is cardio day. So it is 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2 of 100 meter run, 100 meter row and 5 burpees. So it's a 1k run, 1k row, 50 burpees, 800, 840, 600, 630, you know, you can do the rest yourself. It's a nice little workout. If there's more than like 6 or 7 in, we can alternate the starting point here. So one group of you will start on the runs, a group start on the row, and we'll just flow through it like that. It's not a huge issue. Yeah, it's good crack. I did it the other day, but it's fine. It's just not, it's nice. I think that's it. Yeah, so lots of pull-ups and chin-ups this week, so be prepared for a little bit of maybe just not pain, but fatigue in the lats. If you need to, make sure you're your hands stay nice and prepared this week as well, because we're going to be a little bit grippy. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good week. Thanks.